Hello and welcome to another daily market update by Market Intel. Today we want to take a look at the Litecoin chart. It's a cryptocurrency chart. I can't remember that I've ever covered it on this channel, so it's going to be very interesting. Let's take a look at the long-term and short-term chart of LTC Litecoin. Let's go. So we are on our website, dailymarketupdate.com. Feel free to register here. You know it. If you've been following previous videos, if you watched previous videos, then you know you can register here completely for free and you get all these daily free Elliott-Wave updates about different asset classes. For example, cryptocurrencies. We cover a range of different cryptos, but also other asset classes. So let's take a look at cryptocurrencies, and you can see here all the cryptos that we've covered. Litecoin is one of them, so we covered that. Today, we updated that today. For example, if you scroll down, you'll see that, last week we covered Solana, Quant, Polkadot, Decentraland, Fetch AI. We did cover some of them here on this channel. If you are interested in certain cryptocurrencies, or if you want me to cover different asset classes, stocks, the S&P 500 or other assets, let me know in the comments. It can be very helpful to understand what you actually want to see. So let me know in the comments below. So let's take a look at the Litecoin chart then. And I think we should really start with the long-term chart, the weekly. The weekly chart this year is really the long-term chart for Litecoin, and you can see on this chart we have, like on many other cryptocurrency charts, we have this 1-2 setup on the chart. It's a so-called 1-2 setup. It's a bullish setup. Elliott-Wave structures run in 5-wave cycles, at least the bullish ones. So that means if we are looking for a 1-2 setup, or when we have that completed on the chart, that indicates the next wave should be a third wave within a 5-wave move. Now, what does that mean? Well, the third wave is typically the most aggressive wave in a cycle, but it's not the last one. So we should still get a 4 and 5 afterwards. So it is pretty good spot, when we have this 1-2 setup. Let's take a look at the chart. And here you can see that actually, if we take a look at this wave 2, why is it so interesting? Well, it is so interesting because we have this initial 5-wave rally. Obviously people bought the top, right? People bought the top. You know how it is. Maybe you bought the top as well. Maybe not Litecoin, maybe another cryptocurrency. I think we've all done that at some point. But Elliott-Wave helps us to understand that we really shouldn't do that, because if we count the Elliott-Wave structure live, then we know when we are in a 5th wave. At least we have a good idea where that is. If we are in a 5th wave, well, it's not the best place to buy. It's not the best spot to buy. Why? Because after a 5-wave move, a deep pullback comes. Now, these 5 waves form wave 1. So after wave 1, we get a wave 2 pullback. And this is normally a really interesting time to buy. Doesn't mean to go all in or something like that. No, traders usually win through risk management. So you always need to know about money management, risk management. But still, this is a substantial decline. The all-time high was here around $414, right? We're now at 74 and it was already lower. So the thing is, buying here gives you a really good reward to risk ratio. And that's really all we can control. That's really everything we can control. Our entries, exits, and we can get an idea of the reward to risk ratio. What we can't control is how long the market needs to perform a certain move, or when a rally happens. Impossible to say, but we can define the relevant levels. We can identify when we want to stop out and when there is typically a good time to buy. So this is typically a wave 2, right? The end of wave 2 or beginning of wave 3 can be an interesting spot to invest. But please, altcoins are risky assets. They are risky. They are high reward, comes also usually with a higher risk. It's not really right like that. So we need to understand that the reward to risk ratio, that's one thing, but you have a great, there are great opportunities in the altcoin sector, but in terms of risk, a lot of them could die as well. A lot of these altcoins will die at some point. That's just what they do. And we can identify with the Elliott-Wave method the relevant levels that need to hold to maintain a bullish roadmap. And that's exactly what we do here. So I also can't control where the market will turn around, but we can identify the key pivots where the market should turn around. That's really what it's about. And you can see here, this is the box that we have defined here. And in an ideal world, the market would turn around here. Now, this is the weekly view, but you can see relevant resistances, $296.33, $414, and really a long-term target would be $823 or higher for a third wave. Condition is that we're holding the 20% $22 level, because this is the red line and an invalidation point. Now let's go to the daily chart. Here you can see a detailed wave count. I have to say Litecoin's chart is not the most beautiful one, so be a bit careful with this one. I would say personally, there is not really a clearly impulsive structure. It looks very messy, but I mean, we still have a 1-2 setup, but it's very clear that this is not a beautiful wave 1 to the upside. So actually you can label that as a 1-2 setup, which is a very bullish perspective, but it will be invalidated below $67.34 if that wave 2 in magenta breaks below the blue wave 2. Now in that case, then the alternative scenario will be activated, in which a larger wave 2 is unfolding. Now we see that with a 35% likelihood. It's not very high, but it's also still high enough to consider it, right? So Litecoin's chart, you can see it's been moving sideways for a very long time. So it really takes a break above a certain level to really indicate that we are starting to move to the upside. And that would be a break above the next resistance at $116.05. So I would say this is a bullish perspective. We are still in a bullish market. I think Litecoin has the opportunity to really move in a third wave, you know, reach those long-term targets, but still the Litecoin chart itself, it hasn't really done much. And I really want to see a little bit more to become a little bit more bullish in the short term as well. Just be aware, you know, of the relevant levels where invalidations happen. These are your risk management levels. With every analysis, you get levels for risk management. Very, very important. If an analyst doesn't give you levels for risk management, be extremely careful. So I hope you liked the update about Litecoin. If you did, hit the like button, leave a comment, and also subscribe. And don't forget to leave me a comment about, you know, what kind of asset you want me to cover in one of the future videos. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.